message be by. No, she said Moses and the true Genesis. Yes. I didn't know can say in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Granted, send but me who baby I want to say no. Send you see who heaven no ever. Because Isaiah so call her. See, I create new heaven and a new earth. And then what you say. Okay. And now old heaven, you know. And you put aqua, my ma. Yeah, and the here says I teach you. Now, we were. I feel you be move. You be room. Okay. Because I can say we cap Africa Jumadi na here Royal Television so and then you go so share the kingdom hell and heaven asem na memfa we message you was say further research showed okay me share some free I say I just searched for the story okay I think say okay no I know I see so was say further research showed that even though there was such a publication of the Pope allegedly saying the COVID vaccine will be the requirement for going to heaven. It went further to say it came from what satirical website Babylon Bee. The Vatican categorically denies this statement. Okay, the na yebesha say na American in person dey to so e dey abado. Okay. I'm not so needy enough but I ready bit to me at so.
Spectator. October 14th, 1989.
Okay.
All the publication be by front page.
Boyim. Pictures from heaven. Question mark on yes, so. I say pictures from heaven. Scientists are amazed. Okay. I say probe into outer researches. Pictures from heaven. Scientists are amazed. Of every kind.
I mean, sure, baby, every kind. Description. All the others could have pictures being free.
Okay.
And all the buy. Now here street no ya lay kama bibia enu na mpese o kind na fe because me dey compare the
okay
when asked to describe when asked to describe the
okay Spectator 14th October 1989 ana ye kan e dey free munti obetu akopesa paper ni bi e cha kwan na waken kan na menkan emfamamo. Or say, when asked to describe the pictures, they usually talkative scientist finds himself at a loss for words. To begin with, he says, the landscape was filled with giant, angular buildings. The building appeared translucent and luminous, and the streets were made of crystal and white. I see closer shots revealed that the streets and gardens were teeming with people. They were dressed in fine clothing, but some of the fashions were from a bygone era. They all seemed to be enjoying the prime years of their lives, although they were of different ages and different races. Their faces literally glowed with peace and tranquility. We believe this dimension is what is commonly referred to as heaven, says the official. Many people who have had near-death experiences have just given exact description of this place.
Yeah. Description all kind.
Publication. Also, bodies, you know, and there's a translucent, and it sounds luminous. Now I say, Ujina uhumo, and I just what's that? The uhum, but or no munu. Okay, a muda how fine.
Yo, I know be by rejoin the be by. Say, hey. Now someone more kind there.
Now what could you just have pictures?
And yeah, said you know, no bisano.
What the camera and the friends as you to call you and go camera no so.
Any we were kind.
Okay.
Eddie Ababa, Obekai, Eddie Abaha Kakrea, Nafi, Wajom Pabaha.
Okay.
And the baby.
And as I said, pictures from heaven.
I saw
okay.
Oh, question or no, you want a BBC.
7th March 1990, Spectator. Into about October 1989, a year later.
Rejoined a couple of
years.
By.
What about the similarities drawn between their pictures and heaven as described by some known religious books? Beautiful city of crystal buildings, large gardens teeming with human beings, the streets made of crystal and white people enjoying the prime years of their lives and their faces glowing with peace and tranquility. Well, I don't know if their descriptions fit any of the world's religious books, but as a Christian, I know the Bible says something about a heavenly city, but the scientists' descriptions of a heavenly city as revealed by their pictures grossly contradicts the biblical account near their Basra. By the way, would you please let your readers know the source of your publication and, if possible, the address of the scientists? Nevertheless, more grease to their elbows, but didn't their pictures reveal some personalities like Plato, Aristotle, or the great Dr. Kwame Nkrumah instead of men and women dressed in fine clothing? Yeah, so surely Ghanaians and Africans in general would be more than grateful if Tete Kwashi or Dr. Kwame Nkrumah were spotted there after a good contribution to the world. But say no crew. I na ke hu osajefo Tete Kwashi mu wom
ya to was spectator sad another publication
one spectator and Paul.
Where's the date nini?
I know Saturday, March 11th, 2000. Okay.
Also description.
Hi. Some better view. So if we can say beautiful watching me. Was in the document, an ancient Hebrew named Yeshua is taken on a journey by an angel, Panamia. The angel takes Yeshua through a set of enormous gates into heaven, said Dr. Ben Lachen. There, the prophet sees 180,000 angels busily working on machines. Hey, ayaka. For machines, okay. There, the prophet sees 180,000 angels busily working on machines, described as wheels within wheels, with turrets through which weapons poke. These weapons emit raw fire, according to the text. The angel tells Yeshua that the heavenly host is gathering for war. Wow. The angel scroll describes heaven as extraordinarily beautiful, a perfect globe covered with hundreds of large igloo-like white buildings and broad.
Asking me for dying and a igloo.
Yes.
Also, description no we can need the uncle. And also another version of heaven pictures
immaculately clean avenues laid out in a series of concentric cycles. Curiously, there are no spirits of the departed to be found in heaven.
What we so the back on no say nipa nam street so e ma obi so bisa ta ye bia ma hu kwa
Kwame Nkrumah na Tete
Kwashi the omo ba ya ma Ghana
omo hu Bob Man
ya hu obi a we say so kan on so say obi a wa free mu bia no obi anya ma ho enti ave ye nya
which is which
wo tenchen no wo de wa je adi say heaven bi o baby yeah be ko
over 7 me ba almost ye nwu ya yɛnkɔ hɔ ananya saa na moka
say
some see ewu a na yɛkɔ heaven
omo dia omo kan
omo asɛm omo ka no enti omo de camera no kɔ nkɔdwitwae no omo wi no omo de camera kɔdwitwae ana so omo
abe na nsɛm we nyina question
de camera no kɔ no omo gyina
ɛsɛ de kɔma spectator for no omo yi anu aya omo nya story bi nsi da to omo de brain and you bisa questions if you say owu a na akɔ a spirit be anywhere or form.
Yes.
Spirits are formless. Wouldn't mean so spirit, wouldn't mean every. And I will free moons, no. With destination, a form 82 assassination and local 100 years later, you call Tumbunua. You better near ma, a man yet me identify, we say, Kofinie, Abnanie, Akosieni.
Yes.
A dego. Spirit in a room, we're formless. Nti ne head no aka say still no the body do na namonte Kwame Nkrumah na ekọ no ebrekọ Kwame Nkrumah misolium remains ni nya da gugo Kwame Nkrumah
ekuta yi ne camera also about there ba mi dwa okre okọ afakọ kire
ana ye jakwan sabi so ukọ baabi na sa bedura ufa phone oba de adaroma masa beduru fi me ho say obi na text message bi afiri ba bi ese wu a ukọ no a eche se oho na ho nsem tin na tie had na still a mentality no eye so low I am ni Christopher awie me bankramofo so
okay afa my order
omo the question na me bisa
okay
omo na wo nsem bi yi ano ma no book bi the title is The Dark Ages, The Making of European Civilization, edited by David Talbot Rice. Okay, BB, about Islam and the tide of Arab conquest.
Okay.
Now, Ben Meki mentioned, say, and Kramofo believe be oho. Say Prophet Muhammad, we are seeing 8th June 632 AD.
Of Obisa or support 200%. Now the church is just like the airport.
So, and you see no Medina.
Okay.
I feel the general believe in say. Commissioni Obepe Jerusalem, the Dome of the Rock.
Abro Masi no, I Mecca we no.
Medina.
Like Medina we no.
Obepe ho. Na ho no free a. 2 years no so call heavy.
Okay.
Obekan. Tell me the question no. In the Dome of the Rock.
The oldest Islamic building. I'll say the Dome of the Rock at Jerusalem, that is left. I already described okay, was built as a sort of rival Kaaba over the spot where Abraham had offered his son for sacrifice and from which it was believed Muhammad had ascended to heaven. Family, I see, baby, I'm marking.
From there, no, ascended to heaven.
Okay, yes.
Yes, son, a woman. Now, so no. Omubuko, a day you answer and can so best baby.
Okay.
They heard the law of gravity. What goes up
comes down.
The Muhammad Wakai. Rather, no. What chances or call have your month to be anxious or beba? Na mo di diako obi diem Christopher kwa o mu nim na Jesus be samba obeba obekwa akopie Damascus aden
sana Christopher no so ka anan krabofo na
sana krabofo ka
say Jesus dey obeba but obo obekwa akopie Damascus
Muhammad is oko no mention of his coming back and me bisa said the law of gravity am yati as said the course ru bia no esa form na man kan prophet no no ebede ana maja no ho ana makọ Christopher kra mo mabombon Jesus no kra say o mo believe we say crucifixion no kra anyo no ne echi no ku no na ya substitute obi and Jesus o ngui na obesamba oba obeba be ekramoni oba be ko ama kramo obebo ama yakun hwan no na afei oba asase so a afei no oba be wu ni wu obedi 40 years no wu a be kwa kosie no prophet nchen. This is the belief. Now into your question is say obi a we free mu a yesie no wo Medina e kwa be so no fa ye obe pie Jerusalem a otuko osoro se ne amopese agidi otuko osoro nso a monka bibia emra obesa
ba so mo kan say Muhammad wuye no so sorry
no call heaven.
Okay, but sorry no kopie Jerusalem
no afi ho no fi enti me question is say bro nti ase so enti mato ama wo so mo say nka wo ma sem
yes
me question ha be
de bi o mu bisa na be ne be ka mo de enti na first bomb
o mo so de no
okay
na o mo emfa nkoye na question ni say me di me no ba be si ama kwaku nso abamu no de o mu no say enti de be na ye ya salvation je say wu ansa na wonsaka
okay
emreko a ade a wo ye no say so ani a etimi kan obia mo so etimi sakra say papa yi oti esuma se pa
yes
ana mo nti otu ye na etimi aboa ya am ye de aduru ha awe de asasi so amoa obia esuro na wo de ko na je so de akwakoye na pese obia ti asese heaven and hell a condition bia ye experience was asasi so emra ye ti ase
okay na mum nyabra ya wu okay
na de ko eviza Pope John Paul o say there's no heaven o ma ye ti ase say e experience
okay
sabi ye nya was asasi so na je se bia ye bewu ansa na etimi enya enti no judgment bia something after judgment na we number judgment o dia ben yo bibia beba so e wa asasi so
okay
whilst we are alive enti no betumi anya ye kan hell we are here governed by Satan
yes
bibia tuafuntum eko na eba
emra bia anya djuma
eno na eye bonsam je ana heaven also here Etibia, there's law and order, sanity and everything. No, she are governed by Obadi. Now, the messengers of Yah, and I said the prophets, put the can be about heaven on earth.
Okay.
You can call Isaiah 5:13 and 14.
Isaiah chapter 5.
13.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse number 13 and 14 or say therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge and their honorable men are famished and their multitude dried up with thirst. Verse 14 therefore hell had enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure and their glory and their multitude and their pomp and he that rejoice shall descend into it. For 14 let's see.
Hell on earth.
Yes.
Psalm 9. Psalm 9.
Okay.
15 to 17.
Enyom itreye edunum. Psalm 15, 16. Avampacho quotation beam.
Psalm 9, okay. 15 to 17.
15 to 17. I say, the heaven are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the nets which they hide is their own foot taken. 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which is executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Is it Hegagion Sila of a say Hebrew the NBDA in the Minyahu Sila Pachai where we eno.
It didn't mean who say hell a was assis. Any baby said yes, a was assis. A was assis. Yes, I did good and one now Babica. Benami Buku, the Messiah and the end of this world. Okay. Ubekai page 126 where the wake it hell on earth ibesi anafi oko 141 we do can hand me the new year Yes,
you can feel say the Messiah and the end of the world. Benjamin and a Troye, UPB Ata, Fraser consort Benjamin. We can free a year page 126. Was it hell on earth? Not beneath the earth has come the natural dwelling place for the